Look, so I gotta talk about The Boys a little bit. And I know I'm a little late to the party because this should have been a show I started watching when it first came out. But considering it took me a little while and I'm just watching it now, I'm about halfway through season 2, I just gotta talk about how wild this show is. Once again, this is something that's right up my alley. Superheroes, violence, blood, gore, all that good stuff. No, but for real, like, it's actually amazing. I'm blanking on everyone's names right now who plays certain characters, but the two that I can think of clearly is Carl Urban, one of your main protagonists, and Anthony Starr, one of your main antagonists, who plays Homelander. Both play their roles so well, and that's not just them two, that's everyone else in the show who plays a main character. They all play their roles perfectly. I am, like I said, blanking on the names. I can't remember the names of the actors, but everyone does their job effectively. And not for 1 minute do these actors make me feel like I am not invested in the show. Everything just feels so real, and it draws you in so well. And how about the coolest thing, that such a big and popular show is actually filmed in Hamilton, Ontario, where I'm from. Now, I've never been in locations where I seen them filming, but I do have a feeling I have been in areas where I think they were filming. I've never seen any of those actors on set, nothing to that extent, but still super cool that you get to live in a town where such a popular show is being filmed. Now, I got to admit, I've never seen Anthony Starr in anything before. I know of him, I've heard of him, but I've never watched anything else he's been in. So The Boys is the first show I've seen him appear in. And his portrayal as Homelander is terrifying. It's terrifyingly good. Homelander is essentially the evil Superman. Super strength, heat ray, X-ray vision, flight. He has absolutely no intention of keeping the general public safe. He has no intention of standing up for America. He has his own goals and his own intentions. And something this show has showed multiple times with him is that he will absolutely show no mercy and just end your life if he just simply feels like it. There's a crazy scene in season 1, and if you haven't watched the show and intend to watch the show, keep away just in case I do spoil anything. I won't get into anything deep, nothing story-wise, just specific scenes that have stood out to me. In season 1, there is a part where him, Homelander, and another character named Maeve, who seems to be the Wonder Woman of the Boys universe. They are trying to save a flight that is currently crashing in the Pacific Ocean, I think it is, something like that. Unfortunately, the pilots in the plane have all died. Homelander doesn't know how to fly a plane, and Maeve doesn't know how to fly a plane, and Homelander is powerful enough to fly outside, pick up the plane from its belly, and gently land it down on the ground somewhere safe where everyone can live. But simply because Homelander isn't in the mood to do so, and he doesn't feel like it, he basically leaves everyone to die. And they even show the scene of Homelander grabbing Maeve, flying out of the plane, floating in the sky, and they just see the plane plummet into the ocean and everyone dies. Anthony Starr is just doing such a great job at actually making you fear Homelander. Throughout the show, every single scene Homelander is in, you're scared. You are nervous of what he's gonna say, what he's gonna do. There have been so many scenes where he has brutally killed people that you only say to yourself, how could it get any worse? But trust me, it gets worse. I know of a scene in season 2, I haven't seen it, but I know of it, that apparently he just mows down hundreds of people with heat ray vision and he kills them all. I don't know details. I don't know if it's a hallucination. I don't know if he really does it. I wouldn't be surprised. And so far in The Boys, the worst has come to play, and it's only getting worse from here when it comes to Homelander's violence. And I really just wanted to talk about how impactful Anthony Starr has made Homelander so frightening. A man, like I have said twice before already, is basically the evil Superman. Someone that people should be looking for hope from, and all he does is just makes everyone fearful and scared of him. Even the other heroes are scared of him because they know that no matter what type of power these other heroes have, they're just, if anything ever happened, they're either going to get killed by Homelander if they look at him the wrong way, they say the wrong thing, they get on his bad side, or they just know that if he's to act out in any certain way, there's really nothing they can do because they're too scared. They are not powerful enough to handle someone like him. Now, I constantly relate this show to The Watchmen, which is a DC product. From what I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure The Boys was being created for DC. When the pitch came across to DC, I think DC ended up saying that it was actually too violent for them, and they passed up on the idea of The Boys. Now, once again, like I said, I could be completely wrong about that, but that is the story I've heard. So whenever I think about The Watchmen, I think of exactly these points: dark, violent, bloody, gory. You have heroes in a world of tyranny, but the irony of Watchmen is that most of those superheroes are tyrants themselves. But when you watch The Boys, it basically takes what Watchmen is here and raises it to here. These people are not superheroes, and they show that very well, especially in season 1. It's a group called the Seven, which is what Homelander leads, and there's 7 members, almost like the Justice League. You got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash, sometimes Cyborg, sometimes Martian Manhunter, the list goes on. In The Boys, you have characters like Homelander, The Deep, which is the Aquaman version, Maeve, which is Wonder Woman, A-Train, which is the Flash, Starlight, who's a main character, a really big main character in the show. Starlight would, I guess, would be considered like the Green Lantern in a way. You have Black Noir, who is, I would assume, is Batman, and then you have Translucent, who is just another member of the Seven, and who doesn't really have any bearing to a big Justice League named character, but the idea is still there that the Seven is meant to be the Justice League. And you see how in season 1, Starlight so desperately wants to be a part of the Seven. And once she joins the Seven, you start realizing that it's nothing of how she believed superhero life was. In a world where you're a superhero and you actually don't save the day, you're not saving people, you're not assisting in huge car crashes on highways, you aren't assisting with buildings that are on fire and helping the firemen save the people inside of the building, you're not stopping bomb threats or robberies or anything like that. Instead, in the world of The Boys, when you're a superhero, you're basically a celebrity. You're doing live events. You're doing press releases for your new shoe or a new movie based off of you coming out. You're actually starring in movies as a real superhero instead of getting an actor to portray you in film. You're doing everything but being a superhero. All you are doing is making money from the power you have without actually doing anything heroic. The general public are sheep, and they'll believe anything the news feeds them. Anything the news tells them, they'll believe it. When they see superheroes on the street, they see superheroes as good, wholesome, wholehearted people. But in the background, they're actually more evil. So most of them, such as Homelander, are more evil than a supervillain would actually be. It does such a great job at making the general population so blind to what these superheroes are actually capable of. Someone like Homelander, at the end of the day, that is what makes Superman so scary, is that if it was not for the heart and the love and the fact that Superman was raised by humans, anything could have happened to Superman to have made him evil. Anything can still happen to Superman to make him evil. And what keeps Superman as a hero is his love for humans, is the fact that he himself views himself as a human. The fact that His mother and father, the only ones he really ever knew in the flesh, were human. That his girlfriend and eventually his wife in stories and comics, Lois Lane, is human. Some of his best friends are human, such as Bruce Wayne. All it takes, truthfully, is one bad day to just tick something in his brain and he's evil. What is more powerful than Superman? An evil Superman. And that is kind of what Homelander is. Homelander at any moment could mow down the entire planet. No one would be able to stop him. Like I said, he's evil Superman. And if you can't stop good Superman, you can't stop evil Superman. But Homelander still has, I don't want to say a respect, but he still has fear for superiority and maybe greater minds than his, because Homelander isn't just trying to conquer the world, he's trying to materialistically conquer the world. And I mean, money is a huge deal when it comes to materialism. That's the difference with Homelander, is at any moment he could just say, all right, I'm just gonna kill everyone. But that's not really going to get his way of what he wants. And as dangerous as he is, he still has certain things he needs to play by. There are still certain rules he needs to become accustomed to until he can find ways around it. But like I said, I'm not going to get into too many of the story details of what The Boys is about. You should watch it yourself. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly suggest you watch this show. It is just a lot of fun. There's even some comedy in it because of just how wild the show is, and even some of the craziest things that happen kind of make you smile because you just react like, I've never seen something like this before. It's so crazy. So if you have seen The Boys, shoot down in the comments below. Let me know. Tell me what you think of it. And if you haven't seen The Boys, I suggest you start watching it sooner rather than later. You won't regret it. All right, everyone. Till next time.
Greetings. As a new employee, I would like to personally welcome you to the Vought family.
You're now a part of a company that's part of everyone's daily lives. From our customer-facing member services like Vought Elite Now and Vought Black Card credit accounts.
To our consumer products arms that sell the goods that you need for success and the food that you need to stay nourished.
We also have a growing vertical of patriotic services like online tracking, facial recognition, mass data collection, and suppression of anti-American and anti-Vought misinformation.
All to help Vought serve in its latest role as a protector of the American way of life at home and abroad.
We're not just watching over your neighborhood. We're engaging in global conflicts to bring homegrown heroism to everyone, the world over. With our powers acting as the military's newest superweapons, the world can only become more peaceful, more productive, and more reliant on Vought.
So, welcome to our vast and ever-growing family. Get out there and make us proud.
Dominate.
Win, baby!
Do it for America.
Do it for Vought.